Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you are joining today from. Welcome to another exciting meeting at Sattvic Toastmasters. Sattvic, as the word stands, it's all about living healthy, living, abiding by the rules of the nature. Today's Toastmaster meeting is aligned on the mentoring. And talking about mentoring reminds me of one sloka from Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasthena sevya. Upadhyakshiti te gnanam gnanina tatadarshana. The only way of learning from gurus and learn people and mentors is by asking questions. Asking questions without any bad intent or malign in your mind and heart. Only with pure intention. Just to know, just to learn, and with folded hands and respect for the gurus is the only way to learn from these learned people. I hope today you will have a lot of takeaways from this meeting. With that note, let me invite the presiding officer and Toastmaster of the day for today, distinguished Toastmaster Pramod.
Thank you, Raghu. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It's good to see so many members. First of all, welcome to yet another exciting meeting of Sattvic Toastmasters Club. Raghu already said what is the purpose of which this club was created. This club was created to provide inputs for people to have a healthy lifestyle, and we used to have a keynote addresses regularly. And this meeting, we are not having a keynote address. It's a proper Toastmasters meeting with all the role players. Today's theme, to talk about today's theme, it is mentoring. I'm pretty sure that we all were mentors at one point of time in our life, and we all proteges at one point of time in our life. I'm sure about it. You must have mentored some people, and somebody must have mentored you for some particular purposes and all. And as parents, we are all mentors. I truly believe that we should be mentors to our kids also, our children also, when it comes to real life situations. So this topic is very relevant. But today, as TMoD, what I'm planning to do is what is the significance of mentoring in Toastmasters? So that is the topic. So if you look at the scope of mentoring, it is wide. Even like Raghu said, even Arjuna was the protege of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna mentored Arjuna to go ahead with the war when he was in a confused state of mind. He was totally confused whether to go ahead with this war against his enemies or not. So that was a particular decision. So the mentor came at the right moment and he helped him take the right decision with convincing powers and all. So those conversations, which is popularly known as the Bhagavad Gita, is the greatest document on mentoring. You can say that in the whole conversations and the examples, the convincing power. It is exactly what it is. What I mean by mentoring. But that has a very large scope. But what is the significance of mentoring in Toastmasters? In Toastmasters, we all have mentors. How many of you have got your mentors in our club?
On and off.
On and off. But how many of you started working with your mentor for your first speech, second speech, third speech? Okay, Vrinda raised her hand. Yes. Navya is also there. Raghu is there. Yes, I am also there. Uh, mentoring is compulsory in Toastmasters. I don't know whether you know about it or not. Toastmasters envisions mentoring in a very different way. And there is a specific qualification for becoming a mentor. And there is absolutely, there is no qualification needed for becoming a protege. That is, you have to be a member. That's the only condition for mentoring. I'll talk about what is mentoring in Toastmasters. And before that, for the benefit of, I can see some guests. Let me have some guest introduction. I can see visiting Toastmaster Dhananjay, visiting Toastmaster Stephen. And for the benefit of others, Stephen, could you just switch on your video and introduce yourself to the guest and Toastmasters for our club?
Yes, hi. Good evening, good morning. I'm Stephen Bowie from a visitor from another group, and I'm a physician. I really enjoy your meetings here. That's why whenever I can, I'd like to join and listen in. So thank you for having me.
Okay, for your information, Dr. Stephen is a member of Toastmasters Professional and is a doctor by profession, a terrific speaker, I must say, and I'm hopeful that one day Stephen will be giving a speech in our club as well. Thank you, Stephen, for joining for this meeting, and good to see you here. Another visiting
talk about foot care here already.
Yeah, correct. Foot and ankle surgeon. Yeah. There is one more visiting Toastmasters. Toastmaster Dhananjay. Dhananjay, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Yes, Dhananjay, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I am Toastmaster Dhananjay. I am from SRK Toastmasters, and I am studying third year BTech in computer science.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Keep coming to our meeting. It is at the same time. Kanika Gupta, she's a guest. I'm not sure whether she's a Toastmaster or a future Toastmaster.
Yeah, like I am not a Toastmaster currently. I am the guest and I'm pursuing mechanical BTech from IIT Jammu. Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Okay, we have an IITian for this meeting. Nice to see you, Kanika. Please keep on coming and provide your input as Toastmaster by joining in our club. We would like to hear from your stories. After Chetan Bhagat, nobody has written anything about IIT. Maybe this is the right place for you to come and share your experience about IITs. We are curious to know more about it. Thank you. And we have two more guests, Rathika and Ganga. Rathika, yes, TM Kumar, I missed out your name. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
TM Kumar. Good morning, all of you. My name is TM Kumar. T stands for my father's name and M Mahindra, not Toastmasters. Huh? I'm a DTM. I'm a DTM and a charter member of my club, Kulwang Toastmasters Club, District 102, Malaysia, chartered in 1989, April. And I've been 100% attendance since then at all my club meetings. Thank you.
Oh, that's really a great opportunity to hear from you, distinguished Toastmaster Kumar. Thanks for joining in the meeting. Please make 100% attendance in Sattvic as well. Consider this as your second club. Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully you provide me the information. I will try to be online.
Okay. Radhika is our member. Radhika, can you just no introduction is needed. You are a member. Ganga is there. Ganga, hello. Can you unmute and say a few words about you as introduction?
Hi, Toastmaster Pramod. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I'm a Toastmaster of TA Digital Toastmasters Club here in Hyderabad.
Okay.
And I've been trying to actually attend your meetings, but since it is early in the morning, I couldn't get time so far. But today I made sure that I'll not miss your meeting, and I'd love to hear more from your club.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we have a quite good number of guests and Toastmasters, but let me introduce the program for today. We have 3 sessions. First is the session for prepared speeches. We have 2 speeches today, and I'm sure that the speakers have prepared their speeches very well. And please hand over your evaluation material to your evaluator if you have not handed over it so far, especially the project path details, title, and all other things, so that the evaluator can introduce you properly in front of the guest and Toastmasters. Please do it. You can do it right now through personal chat. And the second session is an exciting session. It is called Table Topic. We have a Table Topic master, and she has come prepared with a lot of topics. And let's wait for the googly to happen, whether what topics are selected by the TTM. And it's an interesting, I assure you. And this is probably the only session in which the guests can speak. So I request the guests to be here so that you will get an opportunity to speak in our meeting. And third is the evaluations. It's the breakfast of champions. That is the process of giving feedback to the prepared speeches delivered by members, and evaluations are done by senior members. We have two senior evaluators today. Both are distinguished Toastmasters. Let's see how constructively they are giving feedback to the speakers in today's meeting. So these are the three sessions. And my role is Toastmaster of the Day, or in short, it is TMoD. I have selected a theme called mentoring. Even though I selected a theme for mentoring, it's not like a keynote speech on mentoring and all. It is just a filler. Like, I am coordinating the entire meeting. I'm not coordinating the meeting alone. I have a team of people with me to coordinate and for the smooth conduct of this meeting. First of all, in order to remind me about the time, sometimes see, Raghu always kiddingly say that DTM means it is don't time me. So there is a person who is there to watch on the timing sequence of every speeches, evaluations, and even Toastmaster of the Day. And the only person who has the authority to stop somebody from speaking in this meeting, that's the timer. Let me welcome our timer Toastmaster Arav Saxena. Arav, you can just quickly, you can unmute, be there in the camera and tell the audience about the significance of your role or what you are planning to do in this meeting.
Yeah. A very good morning to all, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're from. My role for today is the timer. I'll be noting down the timings for all the speeches, whether it's prepared speech or the table topic speeches. The timings for these prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll be showing the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll be showing the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. Grace period of 30 seconds will be given after every speech. The time limit for the table topic speeches will be 1 to 2 minutes. I'll be showing the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. Again, time period, a grace period of 30 seconds will be given. If for evaluation, the time is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll be showing the green card. 2.5 minutes, I'll be showing the yellow card. And 3 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. Again, the 30 seconds grace period. Thank you.
Thank you. The next is another interesting rule. Our member JK Arora has joined. So we were thinking that you are not going to join. So anyway, good that you have joined. Mr. JK Arora, can you just tell the audience and the guest members and the guest about your role?
Yeah, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. So I'm a present AH counter here. The purpose of the AH counter is to note any overused words or filler words used by anyone who speaks during the meeting. So just any sound or anything, so that it should be very smooth. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, sometimes we use the crutch words, but not only, okay, actively. So we tend to use these words repeatedly, and these words reduces the quality of our speech. So we have a role here, and he will be counting all those ahs, filler words, long pauses, short pauses, jumbled words, fumbled words, and everything, and he will come out with his report at the end of the meeting. Thank you for taking up this role. It's a very valid role. Let's see how many ahs and ums we are using. So be conscious of using all these words. Now that you know that there is a role in this Toastmasters meeting, that I'm sure that you will be limiting your ahs and ums, thinking of reducing the number of ahs and ums in the report of Mr. J.K. Arora. Thank you so much. And finally, we have one more role. That's the grammarian. And thank you, Chandra, for taking up this role at the last moment. I welcome Chandra. Chandra is a Toastmaster. You can introduce yourself and also you can introduce your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod. Myself, Chandra, I'm from Nizampet Toastmasters Club. I work for Oracle and currently I'm playing the grammarian role. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a grammarian, my role is to introduce you for the word of the day, and also I I'll pay a close attention for all your grammar as well as like listening very carefully to your language and the usage. Any improper usage also, I'll be trying to note down those. I'll also note down the good usage of words, quotes, or any sayings like which come part of this meeting. I'll be introducing first like word of the day. So for the syncing with the theme of the day for today, so which is related to mentoring. So persuade is the word which I came up with, and the usage will be something. And before that, meaning will be induce someone to do something through reasoning or an argument. An example of using this word of the day will be something like this. It wasn't easy to handle table topics, but Raghu persuaded us with his education session to do the right thing. I encourage you all to use the word of the day. And whenever the speaker uses the word of the day, please support by raising a thumbs up. Thank you. I'll be presenting my report when called upon. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Very good, very good. Chandra, you can also post the word of the day and the game of the day in chat box so that members will get to know more about it, probably with an example. Thank you so much. And one person is there who would be observing all the conduct of the meeting from the very beginning. And he will evaluate each and every role player in today's meeting at the end of this meeting. That is the role of general evaluator, the most dreaded role, probably the best feedback even the role players can get from a single source. I welcome Toastmaster Pratik Agarwal as general evaluator for today's meeting. Pratik, please say something about your role. Distinguished Toastmaster Kumar, could you just fine.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. So I'm the general evaluator of this meeting. So general evaluator role itself is evaluating each and every point of the meeting so that we can improve the quality of the meeting from the next time. And whatever the best practices which other Toastmasters, which I have seen, if we are not doing over here, we can I can give the feedback on the same. So that is my role. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Pramod.
Okay. We have one more role. Thank you, Pradeep. That's the table topic master, but I'm not introducing the TTM right now. I'll introduce the TTM when the time comes. Now, let me talk a little bit more about mentoring. So I have to make a confession to all of you because I have tried reading many materials. I tried speaking to many people just to understand the difference between, to know the difference between coaching, mentoring, and teaching. If some of you can tell me what is the difference between coaching, mentoring, and teaching, I'm sure that Raghu will answer this thing. So Raghu will get the last chance. If nobody answers, then so we have an HR professional here. Vrinda, you're an HR professional. Anybody can just unmute and say your opinion or your understanding about mentoring and coaching. Okay, maybe teaching, coaching, and mentoring.
Yeah, maybe I'll go, Pramod.
Yeah,
coaching
please.
is someone like who is specialized in a particular thing. Example, it can be a cricket related one, or it can be technology related. Whoever is coaching us, they are already specialized in that. So any specialist can only become a coach. Whereas for mentor, not necessarily they need to be specialized in that. They will be posing open-ended questions and triggering a thought like for us to come up with what we are supposed to do. So that will initiate ourselves, like say, it's kind of, they'll be self-initiating us to take an action. Yeah, that's what I think so.
Okay, that's one way of thinking. Any other thoughts on mentoring?
Hello? Yes, Kumar.
Yes, Kumar, please. Distinguished Toastmaster Kumar, please.
Mentoring to me is like a teacher. Guides you on your rights and wrongs.
Okay.
And a bit less than that, we not necessarily have to follow him because a mentor has got his own opinion.
Okay.
Even a child can be a mentor. He can do something and you can learn from him. So
absolutely,
it's a very wide decision. And mentors can be from time to time, different occasion, different people.
Okay. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Kumar, for that input. Now,
different opinion, rather based upon my NLP training. Coaching coach doesn't know anything, doesn't need to know anything. The coach will be just asking you the right questions.
Wonderful.
By through the right questions, he will be steering you towards a solution. End of the day, it is you who will be giving the solution. When it comes to mentor, the mentor, as the leader's definition go, knows the way and shows the way. Mentor shows you that the way, but the coach is completely different. He just steers you, right? Just like as you give the right example of Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna doesn't tell him what is right. He doesn't tell him what to do. He just gives him all the inputs that is required. End of the day, it is Arjuna who decides, right? Same way.
Correct. Excellent, distinguished Toastmaster Raghu. Incidentally, in my organization, I'm working with a bank. So 3 years back, the bank had started a project of identifying 25 future leaders for the bank. And fortunately, I was one among the 25 people selected for this program. And the attraction of this program is a 1 year long coaching. Like Raghu rightly said, we had a call of 1 hour to 2 hour every month, once in a month. And she used to ask all the questions only, and there are no answers, only questions. I have to find out the answers, or I have to give the answers, or I have to think about that. But in Toastmasters, like most of you have joined Toastmasters for the first time, what is required is not a coach. What is required is a mentor. In Toastmasters, I'll make it very simple and cut the fluff. Mentoring in Toastmasters means you have to undergo a training, a kind of a training with a senior member for a minimum period of 6 months. And what is the qualification for mentor? Toastmasters envisions that the mentor needs to complete at least one full path and should be in good standing for a minimum of 6 months. That is the qualification. But some clubs, we may not get that much mentors, so we allow the senior member. Sometimes it becomes so overcrowded for a mentor to have too many proteges also when we are strictly following this thing. The purpose is to introduce. Today we missed the club mission statement that we provide a supportive and positive learning experiment. So that is exactly the role of a mentor. The mentor makes you comfortable and provide you with a supportive and positive learning experience in which you feel to give speeches, take roles, and you feel more confident. So that is the primary responsibility of a mentor. If you are a mentor, your primary responsibility is to talk to your protege and make him or her understand about the club atmosphere, about TI, and the purpose of mentoring. So that is how we start this activity as a mentor. I'll talk about my theme more in the coming time. Before that, let's start it's already to 7:30. Let's start with the first session, that is the session on prepared speeches. So we have 2 prepared speeches today. The first speech will be delivered by Toastmaster Vrinda. She is an HR professional. She is the VP Education of our club, and she is a winner of many contests and whatnot. But to talk about her project, her speech and all, I would request her evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Raghunatha Raju, to come forward and inform us about the speech details of Toastmaster Vrinda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster. Today, Toastmaster Vrinda today is attempting level 2 project 3 project from her path effective coaching. Effective coaching is one good path for all senior executives in any organization. And today she is going to complement her mentorship journey throughout her life with this project. This project purpose is for the member to talk about his or her experience as a protege, whether it is in Toastmaster or outside Toastmaster. Overall, it's about understanding the mentoring and talking about some experience as a mentee towards mentors. I wish you all the best, Toastmaster Vrinda. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Vrinda, can I have the title of your speech?
Yeah, the title of my speech is Mentorship, Your GPS to Navigate Career Challenges.
Okay. GPS, your navigation to launch career challenges by Toastmaster Vrinda. Welcome.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. I am Vrinda. For some of you who don't know me, I am an HR professional based out of Canada and a pretty brand new Toastmaster as well. And as DTM Pramod said, I'm also VPE for Sattvic Toastmasters. But apart from that, I've had a long journey, a career journey spanning about 20 plus years in Dubai, starting from India, then in Dubai, and then in Canada. And I've been a banker. After that, I've been now an HR professional for over 10 years. So the story I'm going to tell you is the story about navigating using a GPS. Now, is there anybody in the room who hasn't used a GPS?
Yes.
Okay, DTM Kumar, maybe there's a new learning for you, but I'm sure you might have used Google Maps or some other form of GPS to navigate from one place to the other. Let's consider an example. Supposing you're coming all the way to Canada, where I'm living, and you want to figure out how to go from Toronto to Canada to Vancouver. Now, you may not know whether you need to take a bus, train, drive, or take a flight. Do you know whether there's a time zone difference? What's the weather like between the two cities? Now, if you have to navigate all this on your own, what you would do? You would go to Google. You would check out with friends if anybody has gone through that journey. And what if there was no Google? You would be only relying on people who have been to Canada. And the same happens when we are at work or we are navigating a new challenge, maybe a new aspiration or a new goal, doing postgraduate studies. It could be moving to a new role, a new career, changing your career, promotions. Again, another challenge is working with difficult bosses, difficult people, and so on. And let me tell you, being in HR, I have dealt with all these kinds of situations. So what happened with me is this. I did not know anything about mentorship. I was not even aware what mentorship means. This word was not there in my vocabulary. As and when I started through my journey, I have always been a self-educated person. I've been a continuous learner, very enthusiastic about working, and my career so far has been great. Within my 18 years with the bank, I've got into a new role every 18 months. At the most, it has been 18 months. By that time, I've jumped into a new role or a new project or something different. I've navigated between treasury markets, retail banking, wealth management, moved from Mumbai to Dubai, and so on. Then I jumped into insurance. So I was pretty confident about my abilities. But when a mentor came into my life, the whole picture changed. My mentor's name is Brenda. She's the one who kept asking me questions, and those questions kept propelling me into new ideas and new avenues. Now, Brenda is a person who asked me a question like, what made you get into HR? So I said, I've been bored by getting into banking and financial services and profitability, quarters and sales targets. And so I wanted to give back to the community and I wanted to do something in public service. And I was into public service for about 4 years. So she said, oh, so if that's the case, how about mentoring other people? I said, me? Like, how can I mentor people? I don't have any qualifications. So she asked me, what about your career growth? Like, you have done so many things. Don't you think you can give back? And that's when, I've realized that I too have potential. So I was working with blinders just into my career, and my mentor literally broadened my horizons. That was the time she also challenged me to do a CPHR professional, which means becoming a chartered human resources professional. It requires a certain level of qualifications and number of years of practice. With her guidance, I became a chartered professional in human resources in Canada. It is a certified designation. Apart from that, I also got a similar designation in the US, which is called Senior Certified Professional in Human Resources. Apart from that, I started mentoring new immigrants who came to Canada. Now, this was a burning desire of mine because I navigated through Canada, learned by trial and error how to navigate the cold weather out here, how to do grocery shopping, how to get admissions in schools and colleges, how to buy property. There are a lot of challenges that new people face here in Canada. Not only that, workplace challenges are even different for immigrants especially. And that's where I started giving back to the community, and I have so far mentored about 15 people in 15 new immigrants to Canada. Apart from that, I've been working with few organizations here for mentoring. So that's my volunteering of time. Beyond that, what I've done is I've been navigating or helping people who are new to their careers, or even people who are in mid to senior level positions. And that was another challenge that Brenda put on to me. I never thought that I could mentor other HR professionals. So when my HR organization assigned three mentees to me, I thought all of them are going to sign out after they know that I am their mentor. Believe me, all of them stuck to the program for about a year, and we are still in touch. That boosted my confidence that I too can do something. And I've been continuing on that journey now. So this is how I have learned the value of mentorship and what it means to be a mentor, because I've been a mentee myself or a protege, and that has shown me how a mentor can create a difference. With that said, now it is your turn. In Toastmasters, it has got a wonderful program of having a mentor-mentee relationship. DTM Pramod already talked about this, and now you're in the driver's seat. It's up to you where you want to drive your car, which is the destination you want to go to, and who you want to be as a mentor. With that, back to you, DTM Pramod. Thank you.
Excellent speech, Vrunda. And you really persuaded me to give up my banking career and become an HR professional in Canada following your path. I'm sure that that doesn't happen in my case. Okay, I'm eagerly waiting for the feedback from Raghu. I'm tempted to say some few words, but I'm reserving all those to Raghu. I'm not encroaching into his domain. I'll give 30 seconds for the members to give direct feedback to the speaker. So you can write it in the chat and give a direct feedback to the speaker, how you felt about the speech. And if you are inspired, please let the speaker know that you got inspired. And if the speech was really good, to the extent possible, give positive feedback to the speaker so that the speaker will be motivated to give more and more speeches. The timer, please let me know once 30 seconds are over.
Yes, some of the powerful affirmations are given, Brenda. That's what I observed in your speech. Example can be burning desire.
You can write it in the chat. You can write it in the chat box and give direct feedback to the speaker. Even I think 30 seconds are over. Now let's go ahead with the second speech. The second speaker is an engineer by profession for the last 23 years. He's settled in USA. He's a new member of our club. And I think he's the first time that he's joining in any clubs of Toastmasters. With a round of applause, let me welcome Toastmaster Miral Patel. And to know more about the speech details of Miral Patel, I would request her evaluated distinguished Toastmaster Lakshmi Nair to come forward and tell us about the speech details of Toastmaster Miral Patel. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. Hello, everyone. The second speaker for today, Toastmaster Miral Patel, is giving a speech titled Enhance Your Communication Skills Through Speed Reading. This is his fourth speech. I wish the speaker all the very best and look forward to listening to his amazing speech. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Pramod.
The difficult part today was to read out the titles of both the speeches. It was so long that I got jumbled while reading titles. So I'm not making an attempt to read about the titles. With a round of applause, let me welcome Toastmaster Meeral Patel.
Thank you. Hello, my fellow Sattvic Toastmasters and fellow guests. Welcome. I'm Meeral Patel. I graduated in 1999. Now, who remembers those days? We didn't have social media, not even a mobile phone, and it was obvious I lost touch of all my classmates, fellow classmates. But all of a sudden, one of my classmates called me. He introduced himself, but I was still trying to picture him in my mind. I was trying hard to connect his face with a name. So I started pinging him with questions. What was his height, to where he came from, which locality, and a lot of interrogation questions went in. And finally, here it is, voila. I have a picture. I have his picture in my mind that's tied to his name. We were catching up on some good times, old times, and the conversation was getting lighter and candid. Then, for whatever reason, I asked him, what did he and other classmates thought about me during the college years? And his unfiltered reply was, the way I used to carry myself and the way I used to communicate, everybody thought that I had never read a single book in my life. That funny incident made me realize that I need to do something about myself. That leads me to join Toastmasters. So since joining the Speechcraft program, I am constantly thinking about how to improve my communication skills. I did some extensive research on my own, and I'm here to discuss my findings. A lot of people have trouble communicating. I don't know if this is you, but let's look at it and how to enhance your communication skills through speed reading. Now, they say when you teach someone, your own learnings get reinforced and strong. Before you start anything, you should always know where your starting point is. So after this session ends today, go and find your average reading speed. You will find a lot of information on YouTube's and stuff. Just find how to find your average reading speed. Now that's your base level where you're going to start from. Now your competition is with your own. So don't worry about what other average speed readers are out there. But once you find your average speed, I'll tell you how reading is correlated to your communication skills. But first, let's understand few of the challenges every people faces while reading. Normally, you will categorize yourself in 4 of these obstacles. First one will be lack of education. You feel you're not educated enough because normally people read, of course, they have picked up on the speed, but they still read as if they learned at age 6 or 7. The second will be the lack of focus. Do you easily get distracted while reading? Now, there is a myth that faster you read, less comprehension you will get. But here, why that is not true. Now, study shows faster readers have actually better comprehension. Why? Because they have more focus. Now, here is the thing. We are talking about lack of focus. We have superhuman computers between our ears in the entire universe. When we read, we feed the supercomputer one word at a time. Metamorphically, we are starving our mind. If you don't give the stimulation it needs, it will seek entertainment elsewhere in the form of distraction, in the form of mind wandering. So when you read fast, you are more focused. Now, the third obstacle you will find will be regression, means back skipping. Do you sometime find yourself rereading the same sentence or paragraph? Now, these unconscious habits are slowing you down your reading speed. Now, here is the thing called fixation. Reason why people read slowly is they fixate. It's an eye stop at every single word. Average reader goes word to word. If there are 10 words per line, that's 10 stops. That slows down the process and it's frustrating. The fourth obstacle you will find will be subvocalization. Now, this is the key. This is very important. Subvocalization is a process of having to say the words in your mind as you read. The reason why it's challenging is if you ever noticed when you're reading something, you hear your own inner voice inside your head reading along with you. And hopefully it's your own voice, not somebody else's voice. Normally, before we utter anything, in our mind, we subconsciously process the entire sentence. It's all automatic. But the correlation here is your talking or communication speed is directly correlated to your mind processing speed. Let me repeat. There's a correlation here. The talking or communication speed is directly correlated to your mind processing speed. One way to enhance or stimulate your mind processing speed is by reading. And not just reading, speed reading is the biggest challenge here. If you have to say the words while reading, you are limited by your talking speed, not your thinking speed. The key takeaway from my speech today is identify the obstacles discussed here and work upon it. Hope you have got some insight into how to enhance your communication skills. I'll keep adding to my own new findings and will be posting on my blog. You can follow me on my blog. But so until next time, I see my college classmates or anyone from my past life, I will keep working on my communication skills by speed reading. Remember, your life is like an egg, that if an egg is broken by an outside force, life ends. But if it's broken by an inside force, life begins. All great things begin on the inside, and you have the greatness inside of you. So thank you for your time. Back to you, Toastmaster Pramod.
Excellent speech, Neeral Patel. Excellent speech. You reminded me of Dr. Deepak Chopra when it comes to the calm, composed way of delivering the speech. I'm sure that Lakshmi will be making more comments during her time of evaluation. Yeah, thank you. And now we are over with 2 speeches for today. Only we just scheduled 2 prepared speeches for today's meeting. Both were excellent speeches. Now the members can directly give feedback to Toastmaster Neeral Patel through a personal chat. 30 seconds. I'm just counting 30 seconds, not burdening the timer with this additional responsibility.
It's okay. Miral Patel. Thank you.
Yeah, 30 seconds are 30 seconds are over, and let me talk a little bit more about mentoring. But I need a volunteer to come forward and explain his or her experiment with mentoring. Maybe you can be very specific, your experiments with preparation of your first speech or very first speech in Toastmasters, how your mentor helped you prepare your very first speech in mentoring. Then I'll continue with my theme for some time. Anybody can, I would be glad if it is from a senior Toastmaster. Pratik.
Yeah, hello everyone. So yeah, see what happens, like we speak in our own way, and even anywhere we go, it is we who are deciding what to speak, how to speak, and what should be the structure. But when a mentor is there, he guides you what is the right structure because he's having some experience. So when I joined Toastmasters, I really liked the program that, there is a mentor-mentee program, and in which, somebody is there to tell you how to write the speech first, because we can write randomly. And on writing also, he will suggest you so many things. So mentor helps you before what you have to do before the speech, during the speech, and at the end of the speech. And after that, how you have to work on the feedbacks. So this is what I really liked, and that is what keeps you going to improve your speeches consistently. So that is what my experience about the mentors. Yeah.
Thank you. You know what is my experience? I joined Toastmasters in 2016 or 17. On the very first day, the president of the club, along with the VP Education, allotted me a mentor. That time I was 36-year-old, working in a bank in a senior position. You can say that in a senior level position. And my mentor was a 23-year-old college student. I really got insulted. I thought, how I am going to be a protege of this guy? I am working already. He's just trying to build a career. How he's going to be my mentor? So what I did is, I didn't consult him at all. He gave me 2-3 calls in between. I avoided him by telling something and all. It was purely ego. And I prepared my speech and I delivered my first speech. And my first speech, I prepared 1,500 words for my introduction. And the icebreaker is 4 to 6 minutes. And I completed in 1,500 words in 3.5 minutes. So you can imagine the situation. It is 2 speech combined, and I completed it in half the time. Like 3.5 to 4 minutes, I completed my entire speech. Now you can imagine my rate of delivery. Then I realized, when I got a feedback, excellent speech, very good speech, nice. But I was not convincing, because by that time I understand that it is a supportive and learning community. They will never say that your speech was bad. They will again motivate you to give more and more speeches. Then I thought, let me try with my mentor. Then I spoke to my mentor. He was calm, composed. Like Kumar, distinguished Toastmaster Kumar said, even a child can be a mentor in Toastmasters. I spoke to my mentor. I sit with him, and I told him that I know I jacked up things. So can we rework again so that I can give my icebreaker again in another club? He said, I am ready to work with you. Absolutely no problem. And incidentally, he was a district champion in evaluation. I didn't know that. So age doesn't matter. And I worked with him. So one appeal to all of you. Now we have many people, many senior level people are there. In career, you are senior. In position, you are senior. But in Toastmasters, we treat all people equally, and we have to respect. If a person is allotted as a mentor, then accept the fact that the person was allotted as a mentor because he has the quality and ability to transform your life and your speaking skills, your communication style to the next level. That is the reason. So the acceptance of your mentor, or understanding that he can help me and he is the one who is going to help me, this understanding is very important for this mentor-mentee relationship. We normally call protege. So the protege should be every time with an open-minded, with a free mind to receive the feedback from the mentor or leverage the experience of the mentor. So that is the first step towards mentoring. Now I think we can go to the second session to 7:53. So we have, can we move on to the next session? If you are interested, then fine, we can move on to the next session. The next session is an interesting session. It's my favorite session. It is the only session where guests can speak with hello? Sorry? Okay. And to conduct the table topic session in today's meeting, we have another IITian. She is also an IIT. I mean, student, alumni of Mumbai IIT. She is an engineer by profession. She's working with ADP Hyderabad. She's a mother, comparatively a recent mother, I would say, with a small baby. With a round of applause, let me welcome today's table topic master, Toastmaster Navya. Navya, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Pramod. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. For today's meeting, I'm the table topic master. As a table topic master, I'll be giving you few topics to speak impromptly upon, which will help you to improve your impromptu speaking skills in your day-to-day life. So to start with, and the speaking time would be taken care by the timer. Like you need to, for minimum qualification, you need to speak for around 1 minute, and there will be a yellow at 1.5, and the max timing is allowed is 2 minutes, right? So for the first topic, I'll call upon any of the fellow Toastmasters already to demonstrate table topic speech. So any volunteers?
Okay, Kumar.
DTM Kumar, who wants to go?
Distinguished Toastmaster Kumar wants to go first. Yeah.
Yeah, Kumar.
Okay. Am I audible?
You are audible.
Okay.
Yeah, Kumar. So your topic is what is your opinion on the saying that an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Toastmaster Kumar.
Well, if you only believe in that apple a day keeps the doctor away, I think it's not fully correct. The idea of this is to keep yourself busy, you don't get into problems. That is what I understand. But the very fact is, why apple? It can be an orange, or it can be any nice other fruits. It can be a samosa. Why apple? I'm wondering. So to say that apple a day keeps the doctor away may not be 100% medically forecast. It is just to say that you keep yourself busy out of problems. That is what it means to me. I may be wrong, but I accept it. Nevertheless, if you are talking about apple is only a fruit and it doesn't consist everything in life. So I say, keep yourself busy, occupied, and fruitfully so that you won't get into problems. Back to you, Toastmaster. Master.
Thank you, Kumar. Nice demonstration by Mr. Kumar. You have taken both the sides by both the sides you have taken in the topic. Yeah. For the next topic, can I invite any of the guests as well, like one male member and one female member who can role play as husband and wife? Any guests and even visiting Toastmasters are welcome.
We have Stephen and Kanika.
Kanika and Stephen.
Yeah, can we highlight them here? Spotlight.
Okay, give a minute. I'll do that.
Yeah, they are spotlighted.
Arav,
Yeah.
can you reset the time?
Thanks, Raghu. Yeah. So Stephen and Kanika. So Stephen is the acting as the husband, and Kanika, you are the wife. So you have a discussion here. So Stephen has to convince Kanika that you both of you should start following a healthy lifestyle and start dieting. You have been very on and off and eating outside. So you both should start in coming weeks, and this is the discussion between both of you. Yeah. So we can start.
So,
The timer.
May I know the timings for this?
Total
We
is
can
4
take
minutes.
4
Total
minutes
is 4
together,
minutes.
two topics.
4 minutes? Okay, cool.
2 to 4 minutes.
thank you. Thank you very much, Table Topic Master. I will be speaking to my beautiful wife, Kanika. So Kanika, I'm very concerned about your health, and that's why we're having this talk. And before I give any kind of advice, I want to learn about you and learn and understand you so that I can see what you need to live a healthy lifestyle. So maybe you can share with me, how are you doing with your life in terms of your health?
Yeah. So Stephen, the main thing is like I'm a sports person, and you must be knowing that the sports person are most peculiar, or they are most focused about their healthy lifestyles and their diet and all stuff. So yeah, the main thing that I'm focusing is all that. Since 1 month, I have been out with you and with a couple of my friends for night outs and so all. So yeah, the main thing I was thinking last night that I'm planning to prepare a diet chart. Maybe you may help me in that, and we both can, pursue for that particular diet chart so that we can have a healthy lifestyle. And it's not like it. It would not be completely strict, but yeah, we would try our level best in order to accomplish that. To feel better and have a good lifestyle.
Thank
So
you
what's
very
your
much
opinion?
Yes, thank you very much for sharing with me about your lifestyle. And I'm hearing you that you live a very active lifestyle, and you wish to have a better diet and help with the plan to able to live a healthier lifestyle. And your primary focus is through nutrition.
Yeah.
And I think that's very, very important and very commendable to you, because you recognize these things. And what I feel that in order for you to be successful, let's walk before we run. And so let's start with the basic, something very simple for you to follow, because from my experience, people jump on to a diet plan or a nutrition plan and make it so difficult that it's very hard to follow, and they would not able to follow through. So my recommendation for you would be, start with something very simple, and consider getting the type of food that is nutritious at the same time. It doesn't have a lot of sugar. So maybe consider cutting back the sugar and have a regular type of food that you are comfortable with, because too much changing the type of food or the diet, it's great at the beginning because you're committed to it, but it's hard to follow in the long term. So I would like to persuade you to work on it and start one step at a time. And later on, we would like to move on to more challenging as you become successful one step at a time. What's your feedback? What do you think? Do you think that's something that we can do together?
Yeah, Stephen, the thing that you have pursued with me, like I'm very much convinced and feeling good for that. But the first thing that I'm also thinking is that we can first of all cut off with our night outs. And the thing is, we can cut off with like fast food. We can start on with a simple, basic sattvic foods lifestyle, so that things on things, step by step, we may achieve our particular goal. Yeah. From
So
my
that's
side, I'm complete.
Oh, thank you. That's excellent. And I think that's a great start, and that's something that will be very achievable. Now
Yeah.
back to you, or if you have anything else to say for Toastmaster, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Stephen and Kanika. And I see that Kanika is a very obedient wife, contrary to what happens in general. A very smooth argument between both of you. Yeah, moving on to the next topic. Any volunteers?
Shahid raised his hand.
Yeah, Shahid. Yeah, Shahid. So your topic is you have been dieting for some time, and you have a probably a fitness coach as well, and your fitness coach has given you the permission that next Sunday you can have your cheat day, so you can eat whatever you want. So you want to plan your cheat day, like you want so what your cheat day would look like, what all you would like to have for your cheat day.
Okay. Yeah. So due to cough, my voice is a bit different. Please bear with it. And yeah, how I plan my cheat day. Correct? That is the topic, right?
Yes. What your cheat day would look like, what all you would like to have in the day.
Yeah. Thank you, and greetings of everyone, every Toastmaster, and myself, Shahid. And currently I'm following Sattvic life. So what is Sattvic life? All restrictions, this eat, not to eat this, and how if I'm going to have, and suddenly it was dropped. So this was the routine which I'm currently going. And my fitness coach is very strict. He's not allowing me. Even I eat, he will come to know the other day. So now I got an opportunity. My fitness coach has given me that. So I want to make use of this day. So because I don't know when my fitness coach mind will change for the next time. So for this cheat day, I am planning like from day one morning when I woke up to the till night. So morning when I woke up, I will have some tea or coffee at the first time. And then I will just do all my necessary things. And then I will go for a what we call samosa. And then I will eat, it's a very long time been eating pizza or burger. So I will order a big, large pizza so that it will serve and it will be very full of me till my fitness coach allows for the next time. And I will eat chicken and mutton. And being in Hyderabad, if you miss this, your cheat day will not be complete. That is biryani. So I will eat biryani. And after that, I will go outside and I will have shawarma. And then beside that shawarma shop near to our home, there are fish fries are also going on. I will try that. And at the end of the day, I will just end with something like one more biryani. That's how I will plan and I will enjoy, and I will take all the pictures of this so that till my fitness coach allows next time, I will go through this. Thank you, and over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Shahid. Really mouth-watering dishes you have named, which all of us would like to have some soon. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on to the next topic. Any volunteers? Or... Dhananjay, yeah.
Hi.
A very good session today, and we enjoyed the session. It's really good, and starting from Raghu and all the persons, thank you so much.
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can go ahead with Dhananjay.
Yeah, sure. Dhananjay, your topic is, so you have been following a healthy lifestyle, you have been exercising. So, and almost we are nearing the year end. So you have to plan your next year goals, like what you would like to achieve for your next year. So what will be your fitness goals for the upcoming year?
Yeah, I have been planning for more than 2 years to be fit. Just at now, I'm at a medium physique. I was not in a good fit. So first, I will plan to get 5 kgs down. That's my first goal, and replace all my food with Sattvic lifestyle. Means when I wake up every day, I need to drink some juice, green tea, green juice, and give up on all non-veg. And some people will ask me that giving up non-veg how will you get your protein? But I know that being a vegetarian, I can get a lot of protein and build my muscle. And that's one of my goals for the next year. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhananjay. Any other volunteers? Anyone else?
Hi, Toastmaster Navya. I'd like to go next.
Yeah, Ganga. Thank you. So your topic is, do you believe that egg is vegetarian or egg is non-vegetarian? What is your opinion?
Awesome question. And I know this has been kind of a debate, but to put it simply, egg is, of course, not a vegetable. So it is non-vegetarian. And I don't know why people have that argument. And I quite often have this argument with my friends or colleagues at work, and I just say, is it a vegetable? Is it grown on trees or plants? The answer is no. So it's not a vegetable. And that's why it's not vegetarian. People love to call themselves as vegetarian or eggetarian, people who eat eggs. And I feel, because egg is basically it's a life-giving thing, okay, from which another life is going to come out. And it's like an embryo, right? And if you kill that, it is as good as killing, an unborn, egg. And that's basically what an egg is. So we can't, call that as a vegetable. Vegetable, you're not killing the vegetables, right? When we cut the vegetables, we just cut them because they are meant for our, health. They are meant for our nutrition, and they are the source for our, for our life, basically. And egg is not necessarily, um, part of our life, and it need not be part of our diet as well, because we have a lot of other sources of the protein. If you want to talk about protein, then we have a lot of supplements in the vegetarian section that we can get our proteins from. And definitely, egg is not a vegetable to be considered. Okay, thank you for this topic, and over to you, Toastmaster Navya.
Yeah, thank you, Ganga, for your valuable insights.
Yeah. Hi. I'd like to take a minute. Is it okay? Hello.
Hello.
Regarding what is it regarding, Mr. Naidu?
Yeah. Hi, Pramod. I have an extraordinary recipe. Throughout an year it works. I will make a video and I'll stretch you like a hell. It's a natural thing. It's a very natural, throughout the year it's available. All the ingredients
Naidu,
throughout the year it's available.
can we take it after
Just
some time? Maybe we have
2
a
to 3
time
minutes
for a.
video I'll make and I'll share it with all of you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Navya, please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. For next topic, Mr. Srinivas, can you come over?
Hey Navya, good morning. Am I audible?
Yeah, Srinivas, you're audible. Yeah, so your topic is so currently in day-to-day, there is a lot of time that goes in meal preparation, getting the vegetables, right? So instead of that, you say suppose in future there is a new invention from science that instead of preparing the food eating, there are some capsules. For breakfast, you can just have one capsule. For lunch, 2 capsules, which will take care of the calorie intake. Right? Suppose there is an invention like that. So what do you think there will be the pros and cons of this?
Thank you. Yeah. For almost 2-3 years, we have been, and most of us are still working from home. One major difference between going to office and working from home is packing our lunch. When it comes to lunch packs, earlier, when we go to office without having any luggage at hand, I used to feel little, free. We can go as if I'm just going to a movie, just with an ID card. But when I have to carry a lunch pack, there is some luggage I need to take care of. While commuting, also where to put that, and I should not forget after getting down from my cab, I need to take it to my to my desk, and while coming back also I need to remember that I need to take my lunchbox with me. Now that I've got these intakes in the form of capsules, I can just have them in my pockets and I can roam around. Whenever I feel hungry, I just take out one pill and chew it. That makes my life very easy wherever I go. Even I may go any other place, I don't need to buy it there. I don't need to carry it in my hand. And people wouldn't even recognize that I'm carrying my food. That makes my life very easy, right? And also, there would be, whenever we do any such artificial things on our health, it is definitely going to affect the life in a very, very, very bad way, because we are not going with the nature of having food. So we are trying to find our own ways to have so much of so much of comfort in our lives, but it is definitely going to have an adverse effect in long run. Thank you. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Srinivas. So moving on to the last topic. So I'll call upon Radhika. Radhika, are you there?
Toastmaster Radhika, are you there? Navya, I think she's not there, Navya. You can skip on. Yeah, she's there. Yes.
I'm sorry, like I'm outside in driving, so I may not be able to respond now today.
Sure, Radhika. Lakshmi, would you like to go? Lakshmi or Vrunda?
Hi Radhika, I'm speaking next probably, or I'm the next speaker. So maybe we can give a chance to someone else too.
Yeah. Mukesh, yeah, sir. I see you have raised hand.
Mukesh has raised his hand.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mukesh. Yeah, Mukesh, so your topic is about the importance of weightlifting in your exercise routine, importance of weightlifting.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. As you know, healthy life is very necessary. If you are fit, you can have family. If you are fit, you can have friends. If you are fit, you can have good food, enjoy the life. If you are fit, then you can have good finance. If you are unfit, you forget about anything. You cannot even imagine the life. To have a better life, you need to have something good routine. And for that, cardio is necessary. At the same time, for strength exercise, I believe weightlifting is very, very necessary. Something which is going to support your routine, something which is going to support your cardio, and that sort of exercise is very much necessary. Once we are using the weightlifting, it gives us some boost, some confidence, and when we are having relaxation, it eases out our muscles. When again we are doing the exercise for weightlifting, again our muscles are built up. So this is like the cycle. So if we follow the cycle of weightlifting, yes, we can build the muscles, we can build the strength, it can boost our morale, motivation to continue the journey, and it is really a beautiful journey. So I am sure you must be having some plan for a day or in coming days, and I will recommend every fellow Toastmasters to have this in your schedule. Whenever, wherever you feel appropriate, please add something with respect to weightlifting. And in other sense, if we talk about in our life, be it career, personal, professional, people need to be ready for some sort of weightlifting in terms of career, job, responsibilities, life balancing. So it has many anecdotes, many similarities. But yes, when it comes to physical strength, I will highly go about by it. Thank you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I am from Gandhinagar, India. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Navya.
Thank you, Mukesh. With this, we come to end of the table topics. So thank you all the guests and the Toastmasters and visiting Toastmasters for your for jumping in and giving your insights on the topics. Hope you all enjoyed the topics today. Back to you, Toastmaster Pramod.
Thank you, Navya. I'm happy to see that you included 10 speakers for table topics. That's a great achievement. A big kudos to Navya for conducting wonderful table topic session. I have a few more stories about mentoring, but the time is already 8:20. So if I get a time to conclude this meeting at the end, maybe I'll talk about mentoring. I'll come out with one more stories, my personal stories about mentoring. Now we are going to have a session, our last session on feedback, evaluations, and all. And we have an authority. We have a person who is ready to unmute his mic and chip in anytime during this meeting. With a round of applause, let me welcome the general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Prateek Agarwal, for conducting the evaluation session. Prateek, the stage is yours, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod, and thanks everyone for the wonderful session which we are having today. Definitely, I will be giving my general evaluation of the complete meeting when other role players are over, because I have to evaluate each and every one, right? So for that, I'm having a team. And for that team, I will request, first of all, Toastmaster Raghu to evaluate the first speech of Toastmaster Vrinda. So may I request Toastmaster Raghu on screen so to evaluate Toastmaster Vrinda. Raghu, you are there?
Raghu will go next. That's what he said. I just now I noticed the
So I
personal
will
chat. You
understand.
can start with Lakshmi. Miral Patel.
So I request Toastmaster Lakshmi Nair to evaluate Toastmaster Miral.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. Good morning, good evening, everyone. First of all, let me congratulate the speaker, Toastmaster Miral Patel, for successfully completing his speech with a great and amazing content. It is said that communication is your ticket to success if you learn to do it effectively. So the first thing that attracted me towards your speech was that it was a very different take. Every time I listen to a speech on communication, usually the content is all about the different communication styles, how people speak with passive aggression, how you can speak with motivation. So this was a very different take, how you can enhance your communication through speed reading. And maybe it was one of its kind, the first time that I'm listening to a speech on this particular aspect of developing communication. So I think that was a brilliant take on the topic. Secondly, the speech was very well structured. You started with a personal experience which grabbed the attention of your audience. And then you went ahead and spoke about the challenges that people might face while reading. And then you gave the objective on why you gave those challenges so that the listeners can go back and evaluate what is their limiting factor when it comes to reading and improving their communication skills. So it was very well structured. The content, in fact, was very good and it was very well structured and delivered. Thirdly, you had a very beautiful ending. You drew a very motivating analogy of life with how it is like an egg and how the inside and outside force affect it differently. So that was quite motivational and a very good way to end the speech. And lastly, you were very composed throughout the speech. So these are the major highlights that I saw, major positives that I saw in your speech. You were very composed throughout the speech, which in fact also brings me to the first recommendation that I have for you. You were very composed, very peaceful throughout the speech, which probably made your speech, the voice modulation in your speech even. It was almost even throughout the speech. There were not much of voice modulation in your speech. So the tone remained the same throughout the speech. That was one thing where in this speech, and one thing that you could work on, bringing in a little bit of voice modulation. And second recommendation is actually regarding the preparation time of the speech. Something that you need to take care of while you're preparing for your speech next time is probably go back to your pathways, the path that you had selected, and look into the purpose of the speech that you are delivering so that you can align your content to the purpose of the speech, purpose of the project that you are delivering. So that I think will help you in your learning journey with Toastmasters pathways. Otherwise, I loved your speech. It was very well delivered. You were very confident and had great stage presence too. I wish you all the very best for your future speeches. And over to you, Toastmaster Pratik. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi, for the evaluation. I will request Toastmaster Raghu for evaluating Toastmaster Vrinda's speech.
Pratik, I think DTM Raghu is not there. Actually, we had gone for some urgency. You can start with the role player evaluation. Then when he joins, then he can conduct the review. Sorry, Vrinda, we may have to keep you wait for a few more minutes.
No issues. Yeah, so I will request now Toastmaster Arav to give us.
He has joined. Raghu has joined.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I had something urgently to take care of.
No issues.
Apologies for that. Talking about Vrinda speech today, I would say this is the second time I'm seeing someone talking about being a protege and also a mentor. It's not something that usual people talk about it. I love the way that you mentioned both sides of mentoring, not just one side. Toastmaster Vrinda. If I have to talk about two best things that happen in your speech is you talked about every aspect of mentoring, not just Toastmasters. You talked about the way that you were initially how you were mentored by Brenda and how she helped you, and then also you talked about mentoring, how it also been how you to live in Canada and etc. So that aspect is what I would say. Second thing is I felt that your storytelling technique was good. You're able to weave stories around all that aspects of mentoring, which makes it interesting. Storytelling makes all aspect, whatever you're speaking about, makes it interesting. I loved it. Now, if I have to talk about improvement areas, starting with first one, I would say you don't need to introduce yourself again once the Toastmaster of the day has introduced you. Next time, I would want you to work upon it. We do not talk about everything. It's just like a repetition of what Toastmaster of the day has spoken. So try to go straight into the story. Now you see movie, it just goes directly into the story. Try to do that. Directly go into the story or try to grab the attention of the audience just by those lines. Or one good thing, or other one good technique into speeches that you can use is where you went through suffering and then how you found a solution to it. Try to do that through mentoring, how you struggled, how the mentor has helped, and how you emerge, and then how you are mentoring and how that is helping people. I like the aspect you talked about how you mentor and you expect it to end just temporarily, but it continued for more than a year and then you enjoy. The wow, the third thing is, I would say, this is something that I want to work upon is your closing. Rather, I would want to talk about just two, but here I'm mentioning about the third for you to work upon this because your conclusion was faster. As soon as you saw the red card, you were not comfortable and then just ended in on spot. But your conclusion should be at least 10% of your speech. Try to bring the sense of the closer when you close your speech. Because but you need to relieve the audience of the story that you are narrating. Overall, I would say the wow factor that I found in your speech was that you're talking about your personal story. Overall, to summarize, it was a great speech talking about your personal anecdotes and also two sides of mentoring that you mentioned. You can work upon the comfort of with the audience that you're speaking and also the vocal variety. It was on the same voice note or rather same vocal variety throughout your speech. Next time, try to use it based upon the emotion that you're trying to express in your speech. And the last but not least is your conclusion. It should be 10 to 15% of it. I wish you all the best for your future speeches. I know DTM is don't time me. That's why timer don't bother to time me. Or to generally while better.
Thank you so much, Raghu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu, for the evaluation to Toastmaster Vrinda. Definitely, it will help our speakers to improve on. So let me go into my round and we start the other role players. So I request Toastmaster Arav, who is diligently, timing each and every person of the meeting for the timers report. Over to Toastmaster Arav.
Yep. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Today, I had the privilege of timing today's meeting to ensure that we stay on track and make the most of our valuable time together. As your timer, I'm here not only to keep us on schedule, but also to persuade everyone to appreciate the importance of precise timing in our journey. Without further ado, let's dive into the timing report. Today's First two speakers, TM Vrunda, took 7 minutes 25 seconds. TM Meeral took 7 minutes 47 seconds. For the table topics, DTM Kumar took 1 minute 42 seconds. The group, the debate sorts or whatever it was in the TM Stephen and Gust Kanika. TM Stephen took 2 minutes 33 seconds and guest Kanika took 1 minute and 29 seconds. Toastmaster Shahid took 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Toastmaster Dhananjay took 1 minute and 1 second. Guest Ganga took 1 minute 50 seconds. Srinivas took 2 minutes 23 seconds. Mukesh took 2 minutes 7 seconds. For the evaluation segment, Toastmaster Lakshmi took 3 minutes 22 seconds. DTM Raghu took 3 minutes 46 seconds. Thank you. That's for my report. Over to you, General Evaluator Pratik.
Thank you, timer of the day, Toastmaster Arav, for the wonderful report. Like many speakers were there and you timed everyone. So wonderful report. Thanks for that. Now let me welcome Toastmaster JK Arora for the R counter report.
Yeah, once again, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. So today my role is AH counter to take how many repetitive words all the speakers have taken. So let's take it from the first Miss Vrinda. Well, the speech is very emotional, energetic, so no repetitive words is there, but it is already well structured. Second is Toastmaster Middle Patel. His speech is very calm. Pauses are there, but very appropriate where it is required. There only he has used this. Then we have Mr. Kumar. He has given the pauses is okay wherever is required. Then the topic of the day, the second, Stephen and Kanika. They have taken some repetitive words. Yeah, many times pauses are there. Then the Toastmaster Shahid also has taken some repetitive word sometimes. And then topic of the day in Dhananjay, he has also taken some pauses. So the confidence is break when too much pauses are there. Then Ganga, he's perfect. She's very casual. Then I think Srinivas is there. So he has taken some repetitive words, and then Mukesh is there. He was last, I think, and he has a word use repetitive words, something, some sort. Others, no, I think I've covered it all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster JK Arora for the R counter reports. Sometimes sometimes some R counter doesn't give any report and so just say that, everything was good. So I'm very happy. So I really like the descriptive report of yours. Thank you for that. Let me introduce the grammarian of the day and Toastmaster Chandra for the grammarian's report. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. Let me start with the word of the day. Two of the speakers have used this, Toastmaster Stephen, Toastmaster Arav. I want to persuade you all to consider using word of the day to increase your vocabulary. Coming to the good usages that happen in today's meeting. Within my stay in the bank, I got into a new role every 18 months. Mentoring entered into my life, changed everything. I was into public service for 4 years. Burning desire of mine, giving back to the community. That's my volunteering time. All of them stuck to the program for more than a year. You are in the driver's seat and you have the choice to navigate. Before you start anything, you need to know where you are. Your competition is with your own. How learning is correlated with communication skills. Metamorphically, we are starving our mind. If we don't feed our mind, then it will feed elsewhere. The talking or communication is directly correlated to your mind processing speed, identifying the obstacles and working on them. All great things begin inside. If an egg is broken outside, life ends. If broken inside, life begins. Even a child can be your mentor and Toastmasters. Communication is your ticket to success. And coming to not so good usages, anyone has gone through that journey, could have been, everyone had gone through that journey. Difference between the mentor and the coach for the benefit of others, this is one of the mistake like which even I made. For the benefit of others, coach is not necessarily a specialist. They trigger to rethink and come with the solutions, whereas mentor, they knows the way and shows the way. This is one thing which we need to consider to identify the difference. Identify the obstacles and work on it should have been identify the obstacles and work on them. Great things always begin from inside, could have been great things always begin from the inside. I'm not in a good fit, should have been I'm not in good shape, or either it can be I'm not fit. After come out, should have been after coming out. If you are fit, you can have good life. Should have been if you are fit, you can have a good life. Your storytelling aspects is good. Should have been your storytelling aspects are good. I want to work upon. Should have been I want you to work on. Confidence breaks when too much repetitions are there. Should have been confidence breaks when too many repetitions are there. Yeah, with this, I give it back to you, Toastmaster Pratik.
Wow, what a report. Actually, I am getting persuaded to play all these roles because like the report which Grammarian Chandra has given today is the example that how we should play this role actually. Initially, I was thinking he is giving actually speech, but he has noted down so many good usage of the words and the areas where we need to improve and what are the improvement areas. So wonderful report, Toastmaster Chandra. So thanks a lot for that. So now we are coming almost to the end of the meeting and it's my turn to give the evaluation of the complete meeting. So we started the meeting on time at exactly at 7 o'clock and there were some people who were there before 7 o'clock so that we can meet and greet in a different way and we can gel up with each other. So that's a good part of it. So people and the Toastmasters who are not able to join before 7 o'clock, in future, they can try to join and discuss with each other because since it's an online meeting, so sometimes there are some role players because of some urgencies, they don't join. We have to try always, role players are available, but sometimes they are not available. So we can, discuss on that. And before 15 minutes or before at least 10 minutes, if you are joining, we will match up that difference. But the good thing is everybody whomsoever has taken the role have joined the meeting on time. So wonderful start at exactly at 7 o'clock. So we are starting the meeting on time. That's a good thing. Now, Toastmasters of the day started the meeting and with the mentoring, and he has given his personal examples and taken the example from mythology also. It's important to ask questions, and when you ask questions, then only you can learn and you can mentor in a right way. So we understood the difference between a coach and a mentor also. So it was a fulfilling meeting, getting a lot of knowledge from each other. Now we moved to the second round. That was the first round. That was a prepared speech round. In prepared speech round, I found that we can more clarify on the objectives of the speech. Both the evaluators have given the wonderful evaluation and the prepared speakers have given their speech. But every speech we are speaking is a speech. But we are speaking with an objective is also important. And in Toastmasters, with objective you are speaking, you are to the point. So little focus towards when we are evaluating or when we are delivering a speech, we should be very clear that what are the objectives of the speech. And some evaluators mentioned that you should be focused to your objectives, not always that how is the opening, how is the body, and how is the conclusion. It's also important what was the objective and what you have done. So that is an area which I find that evaluators and the speakers should focus on, that is the speaker is following that objectives. If it is yes, he has really delivered a good speech. Moving to the next round, which was the table topic round, and table topic round was very much aligned with the objectives of Sattvic Toastmasters. And there was 10 topics, and I can see Toastmaster Navya that she has prepared well. She not only had the combination of a single speaker, but she had some combinations of husband and wife And with that, it was becoming very interesting. And I can see before the meeting, she has done a lot of research, which made us, very much involved in the meeting. So, so wonderful, Toastmaster Navya, for delivering. And in our last meeting, you were not able to, play that round. And this meeting, you have really scored it well. Wonderful. Moving to the last part of the round, which was the evaluation round, I already given the feedback that it should be focused on the objectives, and some evaluators have told that also. So that's wonderful. Role players have played a great role. Timers report, whether it is our counters report and whether it is grammarians report. So this is, in this meeting, we have set the example how a meeting should be and how a role player should play his or her role in a meeting. I think it was an online meeting. We have given opportunities to the guests also, so that they can get motivated and inspired. And I think we will definitely persuade them to become the member of our club, which is really going great. You can see right now at this moment also, we are sitting at 8:44 and we are having 20 people on screen. In some online meetings, people are not there, so you can see the spread of the meeting, and no doubt there are some Toastmasters. I will not name it, but there are people who are really doing so much of work that people are joining over here. And definitely it's going to be maybe 40 members over a period of time. So wonderful. It was a great meeting. I will not take much of the time. Exactly, like it is almost 8:45, and I will hand over this stage to Toastmaster of the day to conclude the meeting, and let's have similar meetings every time. Thank you. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pramod. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Pratik. Thanks for that wonderful evaluation. Now we have come to the last part of the meeting, that is concluding the meeting with final words from the Toastmaster of the day. I was talking about mentoring in general and what does mentoring mean in Toastmasters. Now we can see that we are all from different fields. I'm a banker, Meeral Patel is an engineer, Vrunda is an HR professional, Shahid is an IT professional, Pratik is from IT, Rakhu is also from IT. We all have joined Toastmasters with an intention and a goal, right? Some people, they want to become good speakers, but ultimately our aim is to excel in our professional life. And Toastmasters know about this. If you do the assessment after every speech, there is a question, how this project is relevant outside Toastmasters. So every project is relevant outside Toastmasters. I was delivering a speech. It's a difficult and interesting project. It is delivering a speech with difficult audience. There is a project, I think Rakhu must have done that project. Or if you are doing level 4 or 5, then you will come across such a project. Don't miss it. It's an interesting project. The idea of the project is you will be delivering a speech, but some people will disturb you. In online situation, it's not that effective, but in offline, it is very effective. Like even in online also, it is effective. If somebody is unmuting and speaking, or somebody is asking a question, if Vrunda is delivering a speech and I'm asking a question to Pratik, and it's a kind of a distraction, right? Then you have to control your emotions and you have to continue your speech. When I was doing that, when I was delivering that project to Toastmasters, in fact, they are distinguished Toastmasters. They were continuously irritating me with different things. And I lost my temper somewhere. And it became a kind of an argument. And I ended the speech. So that time my mentor was distinguished Toastmaster Prasad Soni. He is a past district director. He told me that, see, you are leading a team of 50 people or 60 people. But if you don't have the composure to control your emotions for 5 minutes, you cannot be a great leader. So the point is, if you have a mentor, he will definitely look for areas where you need improvement. And that improvement is valuable and it is applicable and it is useful outside Toastmasters also. So if you are a Toastmaster, you have to think broadly and you have to keep this larger picture in your mind. Your purpose is not coming here and delivering 2-3 speeches, completing level and going back to your home. You have a greater purpose. So your greater purpose is you are investing 2 hours every week for your self-improvement, in which your mentor play a greater role. That's the whole message I want to convey to the entire members and guests. So you get qualified people as your mentors. Here you can look at the profile of people. We have people from various fields. You get amazing speakers, you get amazing leaders, you get amazing working professionals as your mentor. So use those opportunities, gel up with your mentor in a better way. Tell your mentor that it's not about Toastmasters only, it is beyond Toastmasters. It's not about speeches, it is beyond speeches. It's not about the leadership in a club level, it is beyond the club level, maybe district level, or even much broader than that. So this is what you have to gather from here. So when you have the opportunity, make use of this opportunity and grow yourself as a good leader, a good communicator, good mentor also. So when you are a mentor, keep all those things in your mind so that you can provide the same quality to your protege. When you are a protege, trust that this is going to change your life in a better way. So that's all. So I am concluding today's session with this closing remarks. Rakhu, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can. I conclude the meeting, and now I have few more announcements to make for the club.